Following video is going to talk about what is user design. Um, User design is not a new topic. However, it's something that's not discussed in literature too often because it differs from our traditional approaches to management within an organization. It is one of the things we do like to examine and take a look at in our field just to see if it is an option. Essentially, user design is a holistic, bottom-up approach to change within a system. This differs from a traditional top-down way that we want to change a system. Essentially, what we do in a user design system is that we give all users, participants, employees, whatever it may be within a system, power, and the same power to deal with the change within an organization. Um, what this does is that, traditionally we have this top-down approach to management where let's take change within a small organization or a school, a university, something along those lines. You usually have a few key decision makers or stakeholders. And they make the decisions and they come down and affect everyone. So what user design does is it looks at this more from a systemic perspective rather than a systematic, which is very linear, top down. So what it does is it has this systemic perspective where everyone involved has an equal say. There are many examples of this. Lots of times this happens. Many organizations even implement this to some extent. Not full user design, but user design to an extent. Lots of great examples are in co-ops or companies where users have an equal ownership. And when I say equal ownership, I don't mean they have some stock options. I mean they have just as much ownership as the CEO of the company or anyone else. Low-ranking employees would have just as much pull as a high-ranking employee. They would have a vote and an ownership within a company. They are empowered. Now, what this does, this is first of all, this really stemmed from participatory design research that happened in Scandinavia. It's kind of the background of user design. You guys can look at user-centered design or the other type of design process which have come from that research. There are many. But user design is a little different in that employees are empowered. I mean, how can you tell an employee who's worked at a company for 20 years the way things should be when you're coming in from a brand new, fresh perspective? Now, obviously, you might have some great ideas and some great insight for them on cases and things that have happened in other companies to give them some guidance, but they are the experts within that company. And it is worthwhile to take their perspective and take them into consideration and give them the power to deal with that change as well. So really, within a great user design implementation, the employees will have just as much power as everyone else. That's really what user design is. I will present some examples. I have written a paper and some blog posts about user design in the past to really get into the nitty-gritty nuts and bolts of what this is. But essentially, it's giving users empowerment within the system. All right, thank you.